gotta play more space game. Gotta be honest. It's definitely a game to just chill and play. Like there is action, of course, but just exploring around and stuff like that. And I think I need to do more questing. I think I've been kind of avoiding that, and so I'm trying to do more of that. But yeah, just enjoying it, you know. Let's get this game going here. What's going on, Sleepy? Yeah, it's been pretty tough lately because I have like physical therapy for my back 3 days a week, and by the time I'm done with that and I cook and I eat, you can see it's already almost 7 o'clock. You know, I tend to kind of feel not feel like that's when to stop, but like I only have a couple more hours worth of time. You know. Right, we're going to the cabinet to present our findings. We're heading to the cabinet chambers on the top floor of Mast.
Captain, can I help you?
Cabinet chambers, interstellar affairs. But here I am. Actually feeling pretty good today. Trying to get this watch band to not be too tight, but not be too loose. All right, so that's where we're going.
Howdy.
Hello.
We should just close out the Varun files. Waste of drive space.
McIntyre's going to have my ass if I can't find that file.
What's her name?
Yes, what?
What are you looking at?
Strategic asset. More like a financial black hole. I don't know why we keep funding that.
Sevens are cut off too. That's late now, and you wanna? Yeah, I get you. Also, like yesterday, my internet just like stopped working. It says authorized personnel.
Radcliffe's requests are so over the top. Is she just toying with us?
I closed the door so I wouldn't be seen in here.
Pardon?
Yes?
Pardon.
Appointments only. You seem to have gotten lost on your way to the door. Why don't you correct that?
Wow.
This is not a public space. The opposite, really.
Oh, fuck.
Appointments only.
I didn't mean to take that. Alright, it's not marked as stolen. Oh my god. I took the thing she was writing on. I almost ended my career early. Oh, I didn't focus my camera. That's better.
Stand front and center, and we can get started.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Hadrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without data. We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible terramorph apocalypse. Just here to talk about what happened. Hadrian's done with the grand plans. Remind me what's kept in the archives. We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without data.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
I mean, it's the first terramorph I've ever found. Yeah. I only know what I was told. The tissue matched ones from Londinian.
Just taking her word for it as well, then.
So it would seem. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
There's a chance that what happened on Tau Ceti could happen elsewhere. We need to grant request. Yes, if the fear is the data being weaponized, the terramorph program failed. Data's not dangerous. Personally, I would wait. We don't have enough information yet. Madam President, if it were me, I wouldn't grant the request. The archives are sealed for a reason. Yeah, if it's a chance I could help an elsewhere, we need to grant the request.
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more
You're not supposed to be here.
information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
Well, I am not. I've heard nothing here to convince me that we should do anything but wait. And I will not risk galactic peace on a question of if.
Yes, a fair assessment, Chief Diplomat. So then, while the data you two have presented is compelling, I think we can safely say it's insufficient for the level of action you've requested. Perhaps once we... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am.
Let's see. Do I have a anti Xeno weapon? 30% damage against aliens. It's one of the worst guns. Actually, no. Oh, it's one I have equipped. Oh, all right.
Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
You guys better get out of here. You're coming with me. Anti-Xeno? Yeah. Well.
You! The EM rifle, grab it!
What?
Stop! That's it. Trying to now hit him with everything you've got.
Please! I can't stop!
I got the weapon. What? What are you doing? Am I supposed to kill them?
What are you doing? EM fire, Captain!
Feel it. I will not be stopped. I feel that's that.
Help us!
They're still in there! Don't hurt them!
Is the game bugged? What's going on? I don't have a marker. Oh, equip the EM weapon. What? Oh, I mean, I'm
Stop me. Please. God's
I think I actually killed them instead of neutralizing them. All right, well. Anti-mind control gun? Yeah, I don't know. It's electromagnetic something weapon.
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Oh, stop! We're
That's it.
trying to help you!
Why?
Am I supposed to use this weapon on the xenomorph? Is that what? Wait, no, she still has a marker on her head.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming.
I like the
We
detail
tried
in
to
the armor.
restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them.
What, you didn't like everybody sliding around?
Started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Are you suggesting terramorphs can control someone's mind?
I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior.
Fully waxed,
The
yeah.
result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the terramorph.
Is there anything need to worry about you turning on me?
I honestly was just wondering the same thing.
Uh-oh.
But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a terramorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there.
And better hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
What was that?
God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good. Don't let it through!
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down.
I don't know.
Fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
So as part of what we had, Project Graduation, which is, to keep people from going to drink after graduation, we had a hypnotist come to the school and hypnotize people. And they did not choose me. You apparently have to be, susceptible to it, but they did choose somebody I know who, completely just did whatever they told them to. They were like jumping around, quacking like a duck, and a bunch of other shit. Yeah, so after graduation, that evening, there's a overnight you stay at the school, and they have bouncy castles and video games and a DJ and food and stuff, where you have to go, or else you don't. Or it's the day before graduation. I don't remember what it was, but you don't get to graduate.
Which one is going to kill you?
Yeah, the hypnotist. What's going on, Kippy? How you doing? Is this my ship? No. No. Is my ship broken? Oops. Hey, thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it.
Every last one.
It's trying to brainwash me.
Where are you?
This is why they call them terramorphs. Get away from me.
Watch out!
Damn, I'm just getting warmed up. Target down. Nice work, Captain.
No, this is high school.
Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
It's to keep people from going out and drinking, you know?
Guess they weren't kidding about you two.
Yeah, you have to bounce on the bouncy castle in order to graduate. All a day's work, Sergeant.
Like hell it is. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion.
What is this?
Captain, we should
Where are you
report back
going?
to the president. Let her know the terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
What? Somebody already looted it. Guessing anything in here is probably stolen if I take it, right? Yeah, some of it is.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place.
Am I gonna be alright?
I thought you were dead. I was gonna loot you.
Nothing. Whole building's on lockdown.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
Oh, yeah?
Losing anyone in the line of duty is a tragedy. These attacks,
The loss of life.
they can't happen
Damage to the
again.
spaceport. The costs
Captain?
of this attack are greater than I
Hadrian,
think we realize.
it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. We released those three to show you how serious. No. Agreed. Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, after today's events, the cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision. We will be supporting your collection of the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Let's see. If you're sure that's the wisest decision.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
Sure, you can count on me.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Well, what do you consider the last couple of Bethesda games? I guess it was 76 and Fallout 4.
Helps to remember that.
And what? There was a Doom in there too, right? I don't know. This doesn't. I don't know if this is a main storyline or if this is a quest. Like, I honestly don't know, because if we look at, if we look in here, this isn't the main storyline I'm working on. This is a faction storyline. So I guess all the factions have different storylines, and then there's a main story, and there's miscellaneous stuff as well. So this is all, like I said, a faction story or quest.
These orders can't be. Yes. Yes, sir. Consider it done. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude.
I was also told the President wants us to get you into the Armistice archives ASAP. So, we've got no time to waste. You know what the archives are, correct?
Freestar Collective, where the UC keeps all their secrets on how to kill Freestar citizens. They're repositories for all the banned data from the Colony War.
Someone paid
You had to save scum for Varun? Alright, well.
So, then you also
give it
know
my best
that
shot,
it's
I guess.
originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I guess I gotta do my best to save the world. Yeah, well, sometimes I like to just go wander off on a planet and find caves, like, apparently. Can you tell me about these codes? Can we forge them?
No. Each is a strip of several million random numbers generated on the fly based on biometric keys kept by each of the ambassadors on their person at all times. They're impossible to create without those keys, and those keys stay with the ambassadors, meaning we're accessing nothing if we can't get them on our side.
Let's see. Sure doesn't sound easy.
It won't be.
Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with.
Hmm.
Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Let's do Varun.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
What type of
When
morality?
the rest of House Varun retreated
Mostly
into
good.
seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Let's see. What's wrong with House Varun?
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
I'm sure they could be reasoned with. House Varun are people just like us, right?
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Of course. But there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
$1 million bounty is crazy. I took the was it the assassins thing at the beginning, where we have like bounty hunters, or is it that you have bounty hunters come and try and like kill you every once in a while? That's been kind of fun, having them show up out of the blue and just be like, "All right, time for a fight." But so far, I only had it happen like 2 or 3 times, so it's not like it's happened too much. But what do I do if he's dead?
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Wait, has no one actually been inside the embassy?
The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
What kind of sense of life have you detected at the embassy?
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
All right, I'll track him down.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
All right, goodbye. You ready to go? Good. Oh wait, why does she still have a marker on her head?
Captain.
Tell me about Ambassador Radcliffe.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
You're underestimating how delightful I am.
Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Okay.
Report suggests there's a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for intel. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Any other things I should avoid doing inside the embassy?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
That's all the info I need on them.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Yeah, this is gonna be more in the neutral good morality bracket, but I'm not afraid to do things a little bendy the rules if I need to. All depends on the circumstance, I guess.
On the way, Captain.
Yeah, I know we don't want anybody walking away with no eyes,
Maybe
but
we should stop for a moment at the memorial. Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
no losing an eye, but maybe we'll twist some arms.
I'm going to be up front with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective, but you lead and I'll follow.
I don't know where I'm going.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Oh, look.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
They sent their guard to get me.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Is this the same woman as the one in the tower? I'm here today on behalf of the United Colonies, but I'm a member of the Collective just like you.
Ah, so you're the one they called about. Failed to mention you were Collective-born. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
You heard correctly. We need access. You need to help us, otherwise, any more deaths on your hands. No, they sent me to beg. Please, please, please. Pretty, please. You heard correctly. We need access.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours and go?
Persuade. Please, just listen to what I have to say. Let me save.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood.
Thank you. Just hear me out.
I'm listening.
Restart Collective, Seller. The Collective was my home. I just want what's best for it, and that's working with the UC.
In the end, we all just want to be safe in our little fiefdoms, don't we?
Easy 3 points. Terramorphs, you know where project was a failure. That knowledge isn't dangerous. Lives at stake. The only moment in crisis is that real heroes emerge. Now could be your moment. We're not only asking for Terramorph data from the archives. Oh, we're only. No. No lives at stake.
And those lives are in my hands.
So your response to a possible crisis is an action.
I'm sorry, but acting just because you're afraid doesn't justify the action. Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing. The UC is just gonna have to find another way. Now, I presume you can see yourself out. Did I not make myself a...
You're not gonna help us?
No, Captain, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. What you experienced down there at the spaceport, I've lived that once before already. Fought tooth and nail as aliens rampaged in the streets of my home and others all throughout the Collective. But my aliens were placed there by UC hands. So I'm not interested in anyone getting power like that ever again. The UC most of all.
What if I told you the Terramorphs couldn't be weaponized? Would that change your mind?
You have my answer. Now please take the hint. I guess
Fine.
you will. Feel free to see yourself out.
Big ribs.
Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
Bro, you gonna hook me up? Is that your 3D food printer?
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
I have a lot of respect for this city and its residents, unlike some people around here.
Heard that, huh? Yeah, the ambassador likes to treat us like family, and she doesn't care for most of them either. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
I did. We're aware of your skills. That's why the UC sent me to speak with you.
You were sent for me? Huh. Maybe... Let's go somewhere to talk.
Somewhere being 2 feet over here.
Let's talk in my office. So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me?
We need help preventing more terramorph attacks, so we're not expecting the ambassador support. I don't know. I like sort of made me, but not really, because I don't look like that. I just kind of half-assed made it look sort of like me. We need help preventing some more terramorph attacks. We're not expecting the ambassador's support.
I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me?
We need to get the access code. Can you get me the access to the archival code machine?
The code machine? Only the ambassador's cleared for in there. Sorry.
We need access to our quarters without being seen.
Our quarters? Huh. Oh, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services?
Oh. I got 1,000 credits with your name on them.
Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not taking a bribe.
The diplomatic office will bring you on as an operative. No.
Really?
Rip.
Okay, you've got yourself a deal. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
Yeah, ooh, I kind of lied to him.
Yeah, what is it?
Wait here a minute.
No problem.
A fish worker mask. The main conference room. It's not where they said to go. Oh. I understand. Yeah, I saw that on my way in.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again, which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if? What if one opened up? The Master's heart in what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him.
Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep.
Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
Hmm. So she's planning to kill somebody, huh? Is this still a restricted area? Why does this look like a payphone? I think it is still a restricted area.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives.
I know you're planning to replace someone in the Council of Governors.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb, Ambassador. It's embarrassing.
No. If the Council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
Okay. Fine, but I want you to beg. No, you guys have a deal. You call that a negotiation without offering me a gift. Yeah, all right.
Good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those two items should be enough to allay any suspicions.
That plus my negotiation fee, I don't go with those terms.
Good. Okay. Let's go get you your access. They tell me it should only take a moment.
Armistice code machine. Oh my god.
And there. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Sure.
I'm not in your way, am I? Good.
I guess that's the alternate is I can pick block if I have her key, which I guess I could pickpocket.
Hey. Excellent.
That is not something I could get in trouble for stealing, apparently. Although the digipicks are.
This building is Freestar sovereign territory.
The jail cell? Kinda.
I'm listening. Until later.
Got him. Well, that was easy enough. I just had to get the kid a job somewhere, but... Is the entrance to the Varun people? Yeah. Varun Embassy lobby. Yeah, it looks like a mess in here, doesn't it? Varun Embassy. Alright.
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Oh, did you pick a computer? I don't know if I've seen this yet. Turret control interface. Update friend foe settings. Recalibrate friend foe. But beware defenses. Well, I reprogrammed them. Continue deeper into the embassy. Are these mannequins gonna attack me? Is this like a Bioshock moment? Yeah, I know. No, it's a laughing gas moment like Far Cry.
Before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking my way.
Did I not recalibrate it? Oh, the turrets, but not the robots.
Take what we can.
The physics make the mannequin's clothing move every time they go off screen. I thought it was a person. They don't simulate the clothing physics when it's not on screen, so when you bring it back on screen, it like jiggles a little bit. Another digipick. Update friend foe settings. Recalibrate. I actually want them to be on, although maybe they would help me. Oh, they are friendly. I see it. Robots versus the turrets. A scrin cream bottle. A skin cream bottle. Varun Scripture 06. Currently increases the sneak bonus by additional 1% and melee sneak damage by 5%. Alright. Oh, wait. What happened to the turrets being friendly? Why does that one still have a laser coming out of it? That seems wrong. Another security robot. Excuse me. Security thing. Holy cow. It was only a little bit advanced. Turrets can. Okay, I killed those. So those are the turrets out in the hall, I guess. They don't just have one central turret location. I guess they have it in groups. Why is this bad? I think up is the right way to go. I'm gonna go down. Inaccessible, okay.
I didn't stock up on junk.
Shut up. Where are you? Come carry some of this.
Can I help? I'll only carry the...
Let's see. Drum beat. Oh. All right, everything else is. Oops. Everything else is taking 11 millimeters, so I'm gonna wield that. Where did I put it? Oh, wait, what happened to it? Oh, I have. Damn it! I gave it back to her. B is equip, even though B is favorite in a different menu. What is a power boost pack?
Have something for me?
No, fuck, I hate these menus. Depending on what menu you're in, different buttons have different meanings. That just makes it so hard.
Okay.
It seriously complicates things by like a factor of 3. Perfect timing. Putting that right into security 3. Master. I actually have a different point I can spend as well. We haven't spent any in science. Do his research. I had a point left over from last level up. Specifically because I wanted to do the master level locks. What are you doing over here, man? I think I should just open the door after I closed it because she was standing next to me. Mannequin? I should just stop blindly looting those.
Oh, come on. Quit playing games. Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
Alright, that's where they want me to go. I want to make sure I'm exploring everywhere, though. $176 credits, not bad, not bad. Demons. Oh, it's just an alternate entrance. Oh, great. I'm glad I spent the digipick on that.
You've got nothing.
Oh.
I can't take much more of this.
If you'd stay my way, we wouldn't have a problem.
Damn it. Totally lost them.
You killed the dog robots. They attacked me first. I think I have to stand my ground. It can't even follow me up a little jump here. He's just standing there.
What seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Sure. Hey, thanks for following. A place for me to sit?
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
The spaceport's in rough shape, but not much else is damaged. Everyone in the city's in better shape than this dump. Oh, is that what happened here? A power surge? Did you say the thing upstairs pouring out clouds? Wait, the thing pouring out clouds upstairs is called a venom tree? Is it poisonous? No, it's venomous.
Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand?
Spaceport's in rough shape, but not much else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code.
You got it, buddy.
So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, Do I see this all clearly?
Correct. We're going to use the data from the archives to better understand and stop these attacks.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
You don't need my assurances. Independent observers will verify its use responsibility. It's an impossible request. You're just an old man in a basement. You don't gotta tell me what to do, Ambassador. Knowledge can't be evil. What about the knowledge of, say, gunpowder? No. You don't need my assurances. Independent observers will verify its use responsibly.
We'll do everything we can to make certain that happens.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Can't be that easy.
Let's hope it still works.
That's not marked as owned.
There. Let it be used for good. I will not have House Varun be known only for slaughter.
The Great Serpent, that's your god, right?
The Great Serpent is so much more than a god. It is fate itself. When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was the Serpent that compelled him to found his now great house. The Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice speaks to us, shepherding us through the dark and infuses our lives with the meaning the universe so often fails to provide.
What's it been like, being from the House Varun in New Atlantis?
It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography, our connection to the Serpent, they came with us. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the Great Serpent has always provided me a path in my darkest moments.
Why do you stay behind?
House Varun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers.
Why did the rest of the embassy's staff leave? Where'd they go?
The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject.
Alrighty. Goodbye. Is this not... Can I take it?
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
Varun's storeroom key. Antique videotape. What does he have a videotape for? A master safe, but he's standing right in front of me. Oh, the snake. Toilet paper tubes. Oh my god, this is a ton of toilet paper tubes. Calibrated ground crew pack. Calibrated navigator skip pack. Oh my god, it uses up all my boost to do that. Log 1. Arrival. Yesterday marked the beginning of my tenure as House Varun's ambassador in the United Colonies. I arrived full of hope, believing our gesture of opening this new embassy would demonstrate that we had moved beyond our bloodstained past. But we had barely been at New Atlantis an hour when troubles ahead of me began to reveal themselves. Our brief walk from the spaceport to the embassy was marked by suspicious glances and sneers from numerous strangers on the street. I fear minds here will not be easily changed. The wrongdoing of House Varun will not be so easily forgotten. It is my fervent wish that this embassy will come to be seen as an emblem of a peaceful future, free of the stains and prejudice and violence. I will do my utmost to act as an avatar for that goal, regardless of any resistance I may face. Though I find myself in a strange land, I know the Great Serpent will guide us to success in our endeavor. Log 2, Protests. This morning, I was roused from contemplative prayer by the sound of muffled shouting. Upon investigation, I discovered a sizable group of the United Colony citizens engaged in a protest on my doorstep. They are opposed to their government's attempts to establish diplomatic ties with House Varun, and are petitioning for the immediate shuttering of the embassy. My attempts to engage them in discussion were fruitless. Most would not speak to me, and those who did refused to believe that our intentions in New Atlantis were purely peaceful. The embassy guards were eventually required to intervene, forcing me back into the building when the crowd's anger began to manifest as threats to my well-being. I intend to discuss this matter with my counterparts in the United Colonies. Their aid will be essential in this effort, if this effort is to succeed, though I fear this will not be an isolated incident. Log 3, a visitor. Each day my frustration grows. Great serpent, what have I done to merit such scorn? Recently, Saya Mavin arrived at my embassy to receive a visit from such a high-ranking priestess, a Gravid no less, with the intention of engaging in talks with the United Colonies. I was overjoyed. Such a gesture from the house could only mean those skeptical of our efforts could at long last see merit in our work. But it seems I was deceived. Saya's stated mission and her actual intentions were clearly at odds. She has refused every opportunity to engage with the representatives from the United Colonies. Instead, she speaks incessantly about the need to surveil the diplomats, whose trust I have dedicated months of effort into gaining. She remains trapped in her old mindset, unable to see what it is we are actually doing here, guaranteeing House Varun's future. The losses from the Serpent's Crusade were incalculable. Diplomacy is the only method through which House Varun's survival may be assured. I must find a way to make Saya see this. Luckily, I believe tonight's dinner will be a perfect opportunity. Our UC host, Deputy Diplomat Roland, is level-headed, reasonable, I dare say sympathetic. A rare animal among the UC, if prior experience is to be any indicator. If Saya approaches him with open arms, I have faith that he would embrace her as a comrade. Great Serpent, let this come to pass. Log 4, Dinner. Great Serpent, is this a test of my faith? Do you truly wish to plumb the depths of my loyalty? What other explanation could merit why you would permit such a spectacular disaster? Dinner at Deputy Roland's was initially promising, even congenial. Yes, there were pointed questions about House Varun's intentions, but an overall air of polite decorum was maintained. What's going on, Monster? How you doing? But it was when one of Roland's more boisterous guests, an officer of some type, perhaps having enjoyed one too many glasses of Chandra, asked, "But how can we trust you snakes after what you did?" I believed the Gravid reached her breaking point. They were only words, but words are the battlefield on which diplomacy is fought, and I realized too late that this was a salvo Saya would not let pass. I didn't pick the Adoring Fan as a trait, actually. As I didn't play Oblivion, so I don't have the nostalgia and or remembrance of him. As dessert was served, Saya excused herself. We waited for her return, and waited, and waited. When it had become clear that the Gravid had simply left, I made my pleasantries and rushed back to the embassy. There, I found her packing her things. When I asked where she was going, she simply stated, "I have seen all I need to." No, I know he's in Starfield. It was based off of a Morrowind character. No, I don't remember. I guess I don't know because I didn't play, but I've seen clips of them. They are interesting. And she left without another word. I've reached out to my contacts back in Draza, who have assured me that they still believe in the venture, that Jarek Varun himself still believes, and that is all the reassurance I require. Log 5, a test of faith. The last of my staff have left today, our embassy now effectively shuttered. House Varun's leaders have ceased all communication with the United Colonies. Our own orders from Draza were not so much better, standing as a single word, return. No other reason mentioned for our abandonment of our post, for the abandonment of our cause. But I know a test of faith when I see one. I serve House Varun. A simple understanding of that directive would be that I follow their orders. But what we do here is greater than that. If we are to survive, it cannot be our own. If others refuse to see that, so be it. So here I stand, waiting for the day they all see the truth and come back. Is Starfield still a buggy mess like Skyrim? You know what? To be honest, I haven't ran into any real bugs. There's some polish that's missing, like, your companions will just, like, go try and shoot stuff that are technically enemies but not really bothering you. Or, like, one of them kept trying to, like, get in my way a little bit. That was kind of annoying, but I haven't seen any real bugs. We had some people sliding without walking earlier, but it was just, like, a couple feet in a cutscene. I mean, you know, in a conversation, not really anything crazy. So, all the, like, you know, you get hit by somebody, go flying into the air. I've only seen it happen to one person, maybe two people. So it's been pretty solid, actually. Log 6, silence. There's been no word from my people in months. I have made several attempts at contacting them, but I am uncertain if my messages are reaching Draza at all. As such, I have had much time to think. Why allow us to come here, make a home for ourselves around a distant star, only to demand our return when the first bit of resistance is met? Because some drunken sight? Even Saya is not that influential amongst the court. No, there's something larger at play here. The recalling of the staff. It wasn't because of an incident with a gravid. A change has occurred. Yet by staying, I now may never know why that is. Only time will tell. It's just future Elder Scrolls. I mean, kinda. I mean, that's... You can kind of say the same about Fallout, but yeah, yeah. Log 7, Spies. It seems like it's been quite some time since my last entry. A welcome bit of exercise today. A United Colonies spy snuck inside the embassy. Just before dawn, as I finished my morning prayers, I heard an odd thrum. At first, I presumed my hearing was finally giving out, but then I realized what it was. It was the elevator descending. Presuming uninvited guests could only mean bad things. I snuck upstairs and hid among the branches of the venom tree. I watched like a gargoyle perched on a parapet, as the young man stalked cautiously through the branches of the tree I'd spent much time cultivating. Obviously scared beyond his wits. At one point, an errant branch snapped as he passed, and I swear the boy leapt a foot into the air before realizing its source benign. I was shocked that the mere idea of House Varun could still garner such fear, even this long after the end of the Serpentine's crusade. It would have been amusing if it wasn't such a clear reminder of the failure of my own endeavor. We evaded each other like this now for the better part of 2 hours. It was a welcome distraction from a life now steeped in routine. He eventually gave up, returning to the elevator, and I to my meditation. As I think on it now, however, the purpose of the visit is exceedingly disappointing. This was no diplomat. No neighborly knock on the door. This was a spy. Someone breaking into somewhere a normal soul shouldn't. They think me dead, don't they? Log 8, a surprising message. It happened. The message was short, a simple request for information regarding the state of things in New Atlantis, but it filled me with relief nonetheless. House Varun has contacted me at long last. I have been forced to harden my heart to the possibility that I may never hear from my people again. Today's message assuaged that fear. Though their intentions remain unclear, I am comforted by House Varun's willingness to re-engage in communication. I am hopeful that it signifies Draz's willingness to return to more earnest attempts at diplomacy with the United Colonies. Great Serpent, you answer my prayers at last. I stand firm in my belief that it will be that it will be at my side. I stand in firm belief that it will be at my side as I continue to serve House Varun's interest in New Atlantis. May his celestial light bathe my people, and those we once stood against, and help to usher in an era of harmony at last. Huh. Sounds like he actually does want to make things better, unlike other people who are just like, fuck it. Coffee, Varun Ambassador, +5 persuasion chance. Tablet. I want to pick that lock open, but I don't want them to see me doing it. Nope, it's this way. Was there an actually working elevator in here that I missed? Or is he talking about something else? I don't explicitly see one.
Expecting me to jump down after you?
I mean, jump down. Oh, she's maxed out on gear, so am I. I'm wondering if I can get up there. Wait for that to fill up. Coffee mug. Why did I pick up the coffee mug? Why does this exist? What? There's nothing on this floor. Maybe this is the elevator that we're talking about. It doesn't appear to be unlocked. I need to sell some stuff. I'm over encumbered. I say as I keep looking for more stuff. Where does this go? Oh, just on the roof. Very interesting. I definitely need to go sell some of that things though. What happens if I try and swim while encumbered? Do I sink? Oh yeah. I definitely need to get to a shop. We'll get there in a minute. I don't remember where all the shops are here.
I've got limited resources, but we're no reliant medic.
Oops.
I'm not exactly over.
I could sell. I maybe don't need 20 amps. Although that frees up a 1.5 mass. Not a whole ton.
Can't be sure I've got what you're.
You know what? I was gonna buy some more health healing things, but I've like 40 health packs or whatever it said.
Telling you, Bianchi, something's wrong with the boots you sold me. I wear them to the metro. Suddenly, the shuttle runs late. I buy a cup of coffee, and the barista screws up my order. It's like I'm walking under ladders with a broken mirror in my pocket. And the only time it happens is when I'm wearing your boots.
So, what do you want me to do about it?
I want a damn refund!
Fine, fine. I'll take the boots back. Just don't tell anyone you bought them from here. You ask me,
Signed up for
the
a
real
test
New
pilot
Atlantis is
program
down
just the
here.
other day. I'm not
Yes.
gonna end up like these.
All of you
lifeless
come
and
talk to me
around.
at the same time,
No
please.
way.
To make a deal.
Not
You need to stop. Take your time. I got all day.
Oh. Alien egg. When did I pick this up? Couldn't help but overhearing that argument.
Ugh, right. The boots. I hate to admit it, but she has a point.
The
She's
boots
the
of bad
third
luck.
customer to return the pair, all for the same reason. The boots might really be cursed.
Have you tried wearing the boots yourself?
I thought about it once, but then I thought better of it. Best not to tempt fate.
Yeah,
And
both the bed
besides,
better.
they're not of my size.
You tried destroying them.
And risk releasing whatever's inside them? I've seen enough horror vids to know how this goes.
Where'd you get them?
Like most of my supply from one of my UC contacts. But after the second customer returned the boots, I got curious and I did some digging. Turns out they were seized from a House of Varun ship. That alone is enough to convince me something's amiss.
That almost sounds supernatural.
I don't doubt it. Either way, it's bad for business. Hey, you're a pilot, right? Maybe you can do me a favor. I've heard of a UC station at the far end of the galaxy called the Den. You go there and stash these boots in a crate, and I'll give you credits as a compensation.
Why not just jettison them off into space?
Believe it or not, I actually tried that. And do you know what happened? Some UC pilot picked up the cargo and somehow it found its way back to my store. No, I wanted the boots gone. But I also want to know exactly where they are.
Sure.
Finally, someone to give these blasted boots the boot, if you pardon the expression. Here, I'll have your credits for you when the job is done.
Lucky Boots Ed. Well, hang on. There's more I want to talk to you about.
All this stuff, absolutely.
Do I use the 3 or the 7? That is just 3. Okay. 3 kilovolt on the 11mm casing.
Hey, take it easy.
Hey, take it easy. Is there a research desk around here somewhere? Oh, there's all these goodies back here, but they'll all be stolen. I no clip through and grab them. Oh, it looks so nice. Could have sworn there was a research bench around here somewhere. I just don't remember exactly where. I know there's one back to my ship, but it's like...
Always nice to see a fresh face.
Just, you know, walking through their house, no big deal. A lab coat. Huh. Seem to remember there being one up here. I kind of want to go do that, and then I'll probably take a few minute break after that.
Don't know why UC Security bothers with an office down here when they're clearly not interested in helping these people at all.
Oh, hello, lady. So that's how you get in here. Oh, there are all safes in here. Oh. I gotta like, is this guy sleeping?
Type. The freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
Security risk in the locked yard. The safe we confiscated from the Brado brothers is still sitting there in the locked safe. It's the largest bust we've ever made, but the topside security office doesn't want it. I think they'd rather keep it down here, so it looks like we'll be making busts every week. In reality, we can't even afford to put a camera on it on our yard. That safe is a security risk. Is that the same safe that what's her name wanted me to empty for her?
People joke, say those Varun zealots worship the snake. They call it the green. Is it real? How if I know? They think it is. That makes it dangerous.
Let's see if we can get back to our ship, because I know there's a research desk in there before I sell all this stuff off. Holy cow, this is a very powerful backpack, jump jet, whatever you want to call it.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
No, Vasco. Let's see what we can research now. We're done with all the pharmacology that we could do right now. Don't have any of those. I do have aromatic. And then I need spice. I heard spice is a little tough to get. Those are all done. No polymer. These are all done. Yep. Nope. I got nothing I can do right now. All right. I'm gonna take a minute. Where's my mouse? I didn't have a mouse for a second there. Weird. I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go stretch at the bathroom. I'll be back in a few to do a bit more. See you in a second. Hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end of this video. I know that some of the VODs can get a little bit long, so I do appreciate you sticking around. I'd like to ask real quick if you have a friend or someone close to you who you think would like a clip or a portion or even the whole stream, please feel free to reach out to them and share this with them. I'm always looking for more respectful people to come hang out and have some fun. If you've already done that or want to help me out some other way, feel free to check out the video description for some other ways you can help support me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.